It's a typical weekday morning at Washington, D.C.'s Dulles Airport. But look around. The lounge is all but deserted. A handful of passengers at the bar, a single attendant by the door, and that's it. The quiet is almost surreal. This is one of America's premier international gateways, but today it resembles nothing so much as a ghost town rather than an international gateway. Something has obviously shifted, but don't think travel has come to a standstill everywhere. Not by a long shot. Just a few hours north of the border, the scene couldn't be more different. Canada's airports are humming. Streets are choked with tourists. Hotels? Sold out, no problem. While U.S. terminals ring with emptiness, Canada is hosting one of its busiest travel seasons ever. So, what's going on here? Why is America's tourism machine slowing down while Canada's is revving ahead? To make sense of this bizarre flip-flop, we have to look below the surface, at what's been quietly happening in the last year. Since Donald Trump's return to the presidency, the United States has been experiencing a steep and consistent reduction in foreign visitors. June, which is normally one of the most scorching months for global travel, saw arrivals decrease by 6%. That's no anomaly. It's part of a developing pattern. Each and every month since the beginning of 2025, fewer tourists have been arriving on American shores. And it's not just one region pulling back, it's nearly everyone. The steepest drop? Canada. Our neighbors to the north are coming to the U.S. less than ever. Many cite increasing tariffs, political strain, and overall shift in vibe. Several Canadians I asked described the U.S. as unwelcoming. One even mentioned that her friends now avoid visiting here at all. They feel singled out, even insulted, and they're spending their travel budgets elsewhere. Europe isn't far behind either. The French, Swiss, Dutch, and Scandinavians all have been cutting back. Consequently, the U.S. has fallen from third to fourth in the world's most visited destinations. That may not sound like a big move until you consider what it represents. During the last decade, America has lost a quarter of its overseas tourism business. And when they go home, money goes with them. The World Tourism Council estimates the U.S. will lose $19 billion in 2025 alone. California, a longtime draw for visitors from overseas, is projecting a 9% decline in foreign visitors this year. That's hotels, restaurants, tour operators, and mom-and-pop businesses all taking a hit. Even big hubs such as Las Vegas are desperately trying to make up. One executive confessed they've created an ad campaign simply to entice Canadians. 13 border signs now proclaim, "Be American, come visit." A bit desperate sounding. And perhaps it is, because this isn't merely a matter of policy, it's perception. While America sealed borders, made visas more difficult, and created global tensions, Canada went in the opposite direction. They welcomed. They made it easy to get in. They invested in promoting their national parks, cultural diversity, and peaceful, inclusive cities. And the outcome? Nothing short of incredible. Vancouver Island is setting records, for instance. Tour operators booked out before the season actually began. Comox Valley Airport carried more travelers this August than any previous month on record. Over 50,000 in a single 30-day period. Hotels saw a 95% occupancy rate island-wide. That's not just a hectic season. That's a tourism boom. That's not growth. That's an explosion. And here's an irony that says it all. For the first time in 5 years, more Americans crossed into Canada than Canadians crossed into the U.S. Let that be factored in. Traditionally, it's always been the reverse. Particularly during summer months like July, when Canadians normally flood south to shop and take vacations. But not this year. In a single month, 1.8 million Americans traveled into Canada, but only 1.7 million Canadians went the other direction. That reversal isn't simply a number. It's a declaration. It indicates how individuals feel. They desire to feel secure, welcomed, honored, and presently, more visitors are experiencing that sensation in Canada, not America. Even some Americans are crossing the border just to escape the din. One visitor put it nicely, "It just feels better up there." We're at a tipping point. What used to be a no-brainer, let's visit the US, the land of freedom, diversity, and endless opportunity, has now become a complicated decision. Political tension, safety worries, cultural divides, all these things are making people think twice. And where are they going instead? To places that feel simpler, kinder, calmer, and right now, that place is Canada. Quick break. If you're finding this breakdown insightful, hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and keeps these deep dive stories coming your way. But this shift goes even deeper than tourism trends. A quiet, fascinating phenomenon is emerging. More Americans are pretending to be Canadian abroad, no joke. Some travelers are literally sewing fake Canadian flags onto their backpacks when they go overseas. Why? Because they say they're treated better when people think they're from Canada. That says a lot, doesn't it? It's not just about escaping judgment. It's about disconnect. Many Americans say they no longer feel at home in their own country. They're tired. Tired of the chaos, the division, the constant tension. So when it's time to unplug, to breathe, to feel normal again, they're heading north. And quite frankly, I don't believe that this is temporary. I believe we're witnessing a profound realignment of how the world perceives North America. For decades, America was the dream, the icon of possibility, the country you'd save up just to go once in your lifetime. It was Hollywood. It was Broadway. It was the Grand Canyon. It was the American dream. Now it's visa hassles. Now it's, do I need travel insurance in case there's another protest? Now it's indecision. A question mark. Meanwhile, Canada has slipped into the highlight zone. No slogans, no theatrics, just consistent outcomes. They simplified tourism, made it friendlier, and made it more accessible. And the world sat up and took notice. Tourism experts have been telling us this for years. When visitors feel good, they linger, they spend, and they return. And that's just what's occurring all over Canada today. In Alberta, in Quebec, bookings are full, festivals are booming, and even the smallest towns are pulling in international visitors. Social media is helping fuel it too. TikTok is filled with videos of off-the-beaten-path Canadian spots that used to receive no publicity. Now, those very same locations are sold out months ahead of time. And let's discuss money. With the dollar fluctuating in the US and inflation biting hard, Canada simply seems the better value. The food's less expensive, the hotels are cheaper, and yet the experience still remains premium. It's that delicate balance, experience and value, and visitors are enjoying it. It doesn't often happen, but this time, Canada's got it right. You can sense the energy shifting. Airlines are announcing new flights into Canadian cities. Bloggers are hyping up Canadian travel books. And even Google search patterns are catching up on it. More people are searching for Vancouver trip than for New York vacation. It's a huge turnaround from 5 years ago. The statistics say the same. U.S. return travel from Canada has fallen to a mere 36.9%. Let that sink in. Canadians once flooded into the U.S. by the millions. Now, many are opting to stay home or look elsewhere altogether. But this is not simply about where people are taking their vacation time. It's about trust, emotional trust. And when that shatters, it doesn't repair itself overnight. That may be the largest takeaway here. This is not just a competition to try to bring in more tourists. It's about something more. Who does the world want to visit? Who is safe? Who is inspiring? Who is what the future looks like? And today, for many, America is not the future. It is uncertain, defensive, on edge. Canada, on the other hand, feels like a breath of fresh air. And it shows. Tourism is often one of the earliest indicators of a nation's reputation. People don't spend thousands of dollars to go somewhere they don't trust. They go where they feel welcome, inspired, and seen. In a strange way, this whole shift is more than an economic story. It's a warning. If America is going to regain its tourism top spot, it's going to take more than promo and cheap prices. The problem isn't price, It's perception. America doesn't require new bargains. It requires a new feel, a sense that people are welcome, that they belong, that the dream remains. That's not something achieved with marketing. It's something that is healed. Until then, the maple leaf continues to steadily climb. With each full flight, each sold-out festival, each viral travel clip, Canada is showing the world something strong. That safe, warm, and welcoming isn't dull. It's compelling. So the next time you're planning your escape, ask yourself, do you desire ghost town gates and empty baggage claims, or do you desire crowds, culture, and connection? If this tale made you think, leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know, where do you feel most drawn to now? And if you haven't already, like and subscribe. It's a tiny click that helps bring eye-opening stories like this to your doorstep. Thanks for watching.